Nick Saban's coming back for them. Oh, St. Nick.
Stretch.
This is the Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral.com.
Good morning, Tuscaloosa. Internet world. Oh, let me mute your mic on right there. Internet world, West Alabama. How we doing today? It's the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com. Hope you and yours are doing well. Happy Black Friday. Hope you are still stuffed full from Thanksgiving Day. Lord knows I am. I got leftovers in the fridge. I will get to them at some point today, but it might be 5 or 6 o'clock before I'm actually hungry. I ate so much on Thanksgiving, and I hope you did as well. We're live in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios right here off McFarland Boulevard, ready to talk Alabama, Auburn, Iron Bowl, Football Friday. Have a lot of fun. We got our friends Hunter DeCiver and Dax Dickinson hanging out with us in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. So we're going to have a lot of fun. You hear Dax on the voicemail. This will be his first time live and in person going the whole show with us, and so I know you will have a lot of fun hanging out with us today. We want to thank Derek Daniel for sponsoring the program. You can call Derek for all of your insurance needs at 205-758-3391. Like a good neighbor, Derek Daniel is there. Honestly, I don't think he's in the office today. I think they're taking the whole weekend off, as they should, but we don't take any time off. We gave you a show even yesterday with our friend Peter Radicus of AL.com talking Alabama Auburn. Peter covers the Auburn Tigers, so if you want to check out any of our conversation with Peter, you can do it on the Bama Central YouTube channel, the Bama Central Facebook page. You can do it on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, just like you're listening to this show. You can hear yesterday's edition with our friend Peter Radicus. Of course, we're going to talk Alabama Auburn. We're going to talk Iron Bowl. We'll do 3 players to watch. We'll do 3 keys to the game. We've got some breaking news this morning relating to Alabama football, little coaching changes that we'll get into. We'll talk about the Players Era Festival. Alabama ended up 3-1 over the course of 4 days. 4 games, 2 11 o'clock p.m. tips. We'll find out if Hunter DeCiver is actually back recovered from a couple 1 a.m. nights with Nate Oates and much, much more. So you can call on the voicemail line. We got some voicemails today at 205-462-7340, extension 800. You can leave us comments at Hunter DeCiver, at Joe Gaither 6, at Daxington on the Twitter machine, at Bama Central, or right there at the Bama Central YouTube channel, comments, or Facebook page. We'll take them right there as well. Before we get into any of these topics, especially the breaking news, we want to thank our friends at Purple Turtle Roofing. You can call Purple Turtle Roofing at 877-787-6635. At Purple Turtle Roofing, we're not just another contractor. We're your neighbor, your advocate when it comes to protecting your home or business. With years of hands-on experience, top-tier certification, and a commitment to excellence, we've built a reputation as Alabama's go-to roofing solution. We specialize in residential roofing, commercial roofing, emergency storm repairs, full-on roof replacements, insurance claim support, and more. That's 877-787-6635. Thanksgiving is over, so you need to be thinking about Christmas. Santa Claus is going to be landing on your roof. You need to make sure your roof is ready for Santa Claus and his entire sleigh, all of those reindeer clopping on your roof. Make sure you call Purple Turtle Roofing today to make sure you're ready to get all those gifts. 877-787-6635. With that, Hunter DeCiver, man, are you alive? 4 basketball games in 4 days, 2 11 p.m. tips. How are you? Good morning. You're alive.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. A couple late nights, but I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely, Dax. How we doing, man? You how many plates did you have yesterday? Was it up to 4? Was it 3? What was the Thanksgiving spread looking like at your house?
Well, I'd say I stacked my plate about like a good mountain high, good 2 inches off my plate, and I got through like 3/4 of it before my stomach decided it was about to burst. But then I slept very well.
Man, that's the big mistake, and like I couldn't avoid it yesterday. They have the big plate out there, the monster paper plate, and like the spread is so big that you're like, okay, just be conservative. 1 little scoop of everything. But by the time I got through the whole spread, 1 little scoop of everything had the plate 4 inches high, and it's just like, oh, so good food. And by the end of that first plate, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to have any of the dessert. We did make it happen, dessert, but man, what a
couldn't make
day!
it a dessert. I was full.
Absolutely.
I was so full.
Well, let's get right into some things today. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depends on your perspective, one of Alabama football coaches got a new opportunity. It was swirling around over the last couple of days. Hunter DeCiver wrote it for BamaCentral.com. You can find all our written work at BamaCentral.com. Alabama Crimson Tide on SI. Wide receiver coach, assistant head coach, assistant head coach, JaMarcus Shephard has reportedly accepted a 5-year deal to leave Alabama and go to Oregon State as their head coach. You got the internet right there, don't you? Pull up Oregon State's last 10 years. Go to just type Oregon State record by year, whatever. We want to find out. They're not good. They have not been good since the Mike Riley days, I believe. And obviously, they're not in a conference right now. Pac-12 is the Pac-2. Are they absorbing members of the Mountain West? I'm not really sure what's going on right there. But he's leaving Alabama to go to Oregon State. He's going to be a Beaver going back to the West Coast, and he's going to run his own team over at Oregon State. Hunter DeCiver, just your feelings as you woke up and hit publish on your article, seeing JaMarcus Shephard walk out the door and start to lead his own program.
Yeah, I mean, well, for starters, I mean, I wrote that article like a couple days ago after hearing all like the reports of it, and all I had to do was just press publish. Of course, I woke up after it happened. I mean,
it's what happens sometimes. It's all good.
Getting it done at 7 a.m. That's a bit early, but that's all right. We got it out there. But anyways, JaMarcus Shephard, last year we spoke with the assistant coaches every Wednesday, and we did it scrum style, meaning that 4 or 5 of them are just laid out on the field. You go up to talk them, ask questions, do whatever, and then move on to the next guy. And JaMarcus Shephard always had the biggest crowd, just because he's an incredible speaker, huge motivator. I mean, there were times where he's just talking about the players, just football in general, and had me ready to just run through a brick wall. And I mean, that's what he'll bring to Oregon State. That's probably why he was such a big hire for them. But I mean, at Alabama, developed a few receivers. Ryan Williams and Jerry Bernard are included in there. Isaiah Horton this year. Then when he was at Washington, for the last couple of years, he's been with DeBoer for 4 years total, or 5, something like that. And with Washington, he had Rome Odunze and Jalen McMillan, a couple other guys. So he develops wide receivers, seems to do well, and hopefully can go with the whole landscape of head coaching.
He's a fantastic wide receivers coach. I mean, you don't get really many opportunities to go from wide receiver coach, assistant head coach to a head coach. So, like you said earlier, it's probably going to triple his salary, which is a good money move. But we've got here the past 10 years.
Yeah, not good, right? No. Do they have how many years over 5 wins over there?
Okay, so
you just take it. Yeah, hit us back the last handful of years.
2015 got 2-10, then 4-8, 1-11. 2-10.
All
right, then a little upward trajectory at 5-7.
Go Beavers!
COVID year they went 2-5, 7-6. Then they went 10-3 out of nowhere.
Okay,
10-3 is not bad.
Yeah, no,
8-5.
8-5. Okay.
Last year 5-7, and so far 2-9 this year.
All right, so that's 2 years of bowl eligibility right there.
That's atrocious.
Yeah.
And you're going to be going into Oregon, competing with the Ducks for all the best talent, competing with Washington for all the best talent, competing with Southern California, USC for all the best talent. Prospects, I don't really love this move. I don't love this move for Shephard. I love this move monetarily for Shephard and his family because, you're probably going from 1.2, 1.3 million here at Alabama to around 3.5, 3.6 million. So, it is a big money move and a big change for you. It's going to help your wallet, Coach Shephard, absolutely. But my fear is that he's going to get 3.5 years in, and they're going to be a bunch of 5-7, 7-5, 6-6s. And they're going to think, well, this isn't what we hired you for. Will they be patient enough to let him develop, to let him recruit, to let him kind of lay some foundation and look like you're in no man's land with no conference? And so, what is really the goal for Oregon State? Is it, hey, we're winning the Pac-2, we're beating Washington State twice a year, and we're happy with that because we play them home and away now because it's all we can do? I don't love this move for Shephard. I thought, Dax, that if he were to be a little more patient, he could make more money at a head coaching job and go to a program that like look, Alex Golesh is going to be leaving somewhere. Alex Golesh is going to be leaving somewhere this fall. Like you don't want to wait a couple weeks and go take that South Florida job. You make you just about the same money and have a little better recruiting base and have a little bit different expectation. Like I just think that there were other jobs, there were other group of 5 jobs that were going to come open either in this coaching cycle or maybe in the next year that you could like. I don't know. Is Wisconsin how they said they're going to bring Luke Fickell back for 2026, but if he has another bad year in 2026, would JaMarcus Shephard been a good fit at Wisconsin? Like, I just think there would have been other opportunities that were better on the football side of things for JaMarcus Shephard. But he's supremely confident, as Hunter said. Those press conferences were just light my hair on fire. Good. So I don't really love it for him, and obviously I don't really love it for Alabama because who's he going to be taking from the Alabama staff? Who's going to be going with him? Is he going to be taking 3 coaches, 5 coaches? Is he going to be taking 3 analysts? Is he going to be taking 5, just lower level staffers? Like, what will this mean for the Alabama staff? I don't really love it because I don't think it's a great place football wise.
Yeah, I didn't expect Shep to really leave after year 2 before DeBoer really has any of the pieces that we really need for this offense to look like what DeBoer really wants it to look like. But I mean, Shep's got a lot of good tape, and he's gonna. I guarantee you, he will up the recruiting at Oregon State by a long shot. So, maybe Oregon State. I think they're trying to get above 500 for the first time in 3 years. That's it. I mean, if you're an Oregon State fan, I'd be happy. But
Hunter, does this signal? Is this the first signal that Coach DeBoer is also going to leave? Is this? I'm getting out. I'm getting out before.
No, I don't really believe any of these Penn State kind of things. I mean, I know they're all coming up, but Alabama seems to be a better job than Penn State is. It's really as simple as that.
What's your kind of feel on this move, or how do you analyze this move for Coach Shephard?
Yeah, I mean, for him, I think it's a good move in that it advances his career. It's his first head coaching gig. He's been coaching for a long time now, as an assistant. But the team itself, I mean, there's another team in that state that is consistently top 10 every year. So, like you said, competing for recruits is going to be very difficult. But I mean, that's the case if he goes to any school, as a first year head coach. Because obviously he's not going to be. He probably wasn't up there for a Penn State position. Just he's going for a little bit smaller, which is totally fine. And I mean, I'm wishing the best for him, and I think he will succeed. I'm not going to say he's going to go 10-2 next season,
right?
But I think he could turn them around a little bit.
Yeah, I do think that he can get him going. I do think his personality is that of an energizer. And hey, we're not going to go 2 and what are they 2-7 right now?
2-9.
Yeah, we're not going 2-9, boys. We're going to go out and find us 4 wins at least to get started. I really, really liked him as a coach and to cover him and thought he was really, really strong for the program. My next biggest concern is, do you whisper to Austin Mack, hey man, do you really want to do a quarterback competition with Keelan Russell, or do you want to come be my guy at Oregon State? Like, there's just gonna be ripple effects that from this that Coach DeBoer, if it stays, is going to have to be dealing with. What assistants is he going to be taking? What graduate assistants? What analysts are going to be going over with him? And is he going to take 3, 4, 5 guys from Alabama through the transfer portal to Oregon State?
And it's just our luck that this is happening, the day before the Iron Bowl. The day before. Good thing is, JaMarcus Shephard is not Lane Kiffin from years ago. So I have a feeling he's just going to finish out the season, and these boys are going to play as hard as they can for him, because I guarantee you everybody on this team loves Shep just as much as we do.
Yeah, I mean, when I wrote my story, I was trying to look for quotes, whether it was from Shep or from someone else about Shep. And I found a story that I did back in April from Isaiah Horton. It's his first year at Alabama, and this was before his first game, well before it. It's one of his first practices that we're talking to him. And he had so many good things to say about him. And this is before, like I said, before he even played a snap. I mean, I think it's a good hire for Oregon Oregon State because of that. But I think, man,
It's tough.
Yeah.
Tough for Alabama.
it's
but
tough for Alabama. Like,
that is what it is. It's part of the
Yeah.
college football coaching world. And Coach Saban talking about the calendar a couple weeks ago on game day about Lane Kiffin specifically, but really just in general.
Yeah.
The calendar is now biting Alabama in the rear end. And so we'll see what the boys do tomorrow for the Iron Bowl. Before we get into the Iron Bowl, we got to look back because we didn't do a live show yesterday, and I was wrong. It wasn't 4 games in 4 days; it was 3 games in 3 days for Alabama at the players there. It felt like 4. You lost to Gonzaga, you beat UNLV, and you beat Maryland. Both games 11 p.m. You scored 115-105 in your victories over UNLV and Maryland. It's been a second since you've seen 115. Hunter Decider writing about the records broken at the Players Era Festival. Hunter, I don't necessarily care about beating UNLV in Maryland because you've got and look, it's fun, it's nice a nice bounce back, but you've got these 2 bad games against Purdue and most recently Gonzaga, and then at the Players Era Festival, Michigan slaps their nuts on the table and says, "Hey guys, y'all are all competing with us this year." Yaxel and all the they had 3-4 centers that are just like monstrous and skilled. So I'm holding off on booking my final 4 tickets to Indy after the Players Era Festival. What was your impression of the 3 games and really the way Alabama managed the 3 games? You ended up with another little knock to Keaton Bristow, and obviously Luttrell didn't even play. So Luttrell coming back it will help the team. Just what was your impressions overall of the Players Era Festival?
I mean, I think it starts with Gonzaga. Obviously, the score, I think it was about a 10-point difference, but that was not the difference in the rebounding battle. And that was the main takeaway. It was the main takeaway against Purdue. It's clear that Alabama kind of has a bit of big issue with it. Nate has mentioned it, I think, every single press conference so far, win or lose, or just before games. And that's easily the main takeaway from Gonzaga. UNLV and Maryland, rebounding improved. I know at the start of UNLV, they had like 6 or 7. No, not that. No. Hope Will Miller's not watching. But
I hope he is.
But anyways, they had a bunch of offensive rebounds in the beginning. They only finished with maybe a couple more after that, but still it looked good for the stat sheet. So improvements there, but regarding I did both like stories for like the morning. Just
right
because,
at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but like I didn't publish it then because no one's staying up to read that, so we just make it for the morning. And my like lead for the UNLV game was if you stayed up or if you fell asleep, you missed like a tying record kind of thing for points. And then the next day I did the lead as basically if you fell asleep again, anytime Alabama breaks records, this is when you fall asleep, basically. And yeah, I mean, I'm against UNLV, break the record for points or tie the record for points under Nate Oates, 115, and then assists with 29 against Maryland ties the record under Nate Oates. And I asked him about it after the game, just kind of what it means that literally 24 hours after losing to Gonzaga, you put up 150 points, and the next night you get 29 assists. And he just said, basically, the ball is moving. Everything is kind of settled. Now, obviously, we know Nate Oates' fast pace is pretty renowned, and that has caused some turnovers. And I think Alabama, I'm not really looking exactly at the turnover area right now, but I'm pretty sure it was somewhat better than their average night, or right around there. Because, I mean, Alabama's towards like the bottom turnovers usually. But, I mean, they continue to move the ball and do stuff like that. Nate Oates says he kind of expects 100+ points and around 30 assists every night.
Oh yeah, and we seem to be doing better on the turnovers than we were last year at this point in the season. But the rebounding,
12 turnovers in both the UNLV game and Maryland game, which if you watched the show last year, listen to the show last year, that was our benchmark. 12 or fewer we're good with.
Okay, so
Not
then
bad.
yeah.
Not bad at all.
But yeah,
because they were getting up to 18 and 22 last year, and it's like, can we at least cap it at 12?
It was bad. Yeah.
But the reason I don't care about those 2 games is because because neither Maryland nor UNLV had dudes in the middle that could, hey, we'll box you out and we'll get these rebounds. Like, you didn't face anybody that was 7 foot. You didn't face, like, I think Maryland's tallest guy was 6'9". I think UNLV's tallest guy was 6'10", and they didn't have multiple 6'10", 7'1s like Gonzaga. Like, Graham Ike was just absurd and just was all over. I'm sorry, Aiden Sherrill and Noah Williamson. He was boxing all those guys out, and Bull Bowen, athletic as he is, Bristow as athletic as he is, wasn't able to get up over those guys. And then you see just Michigan. I mean, take me into that, because you see Michigan just absolutely They beat Auburn. We all enjoyed that. They beat Auburn by like 30, and then they said, "Oh, that wasn't enough. We're going to beat Gonzaga by 40 in the championship game to win the money." Just absurdity.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I fully watched both games. I have a friend who's at the game, or at just the Players Era Festival in general, and I texted him probably near the end of the Auburn game saying I think Michigan could actually win this entire year, like national championship.
Yes,
big time.
And
Big time.
then they murder Gonzaga. I mean, I don't know too much about their team, but they got this kid from UAB.
Yeah, Yaxel Lindenberg.
Like, I mean, I know.
Get the dog.
I'm pretty sure he was invested in potentially coming here.
We didn't have enough money.
Yeah, clearly not. I mean, he seems to be worth every penny.
Michigan number 1 now in KenPom, 14th in offensive rating, number 1 in defensive rating. They also have the North Carolina transfer, Elliot Cadeau. Alabama has now risen. I mean, you're up in KenPom. You were at 17, 20 to start the year. You're now at 12 in KenPom, 3rd in offensive rating, 37th in defensive rating, 6th in tempo. If you could get the defensive rating above 30 and raise your tempo to top 3 in the country, maybe you can mitigate some of these rebounding issues. Number 2 overall is as far as strength of schedule. So they are playing one of the tougher schedules in the entire country. Who the heck is number 1 in schedule? Let's find out. It is Jackson State. Jackson State is 0-6. They played Illinois, Louisville, Louisiana Tech, Auburn, Arkansas, and Winthrop is number 1 in strength. Yeah. So sorry, Jackson State. You're 0-6 to start the year. Alabama with the number 2 overall schedule, 5-2 on the year. So not bad. Michigan is at the number 9 overall schedule, 7-0. So I think that if you are looking for, we're betting on the futures of Final Four finalist or national champion, Michigan is my favorite after this week. So yeah, we'll move forward. ACC Challenge this Wednesday. We'll talk about it later in the week, but that's the next one, Wednesday against the Clemson Tigers. But you're feeling like, well, you get Keaton Bristow back, ankle. You get Latrell back. You get Jalil Bethea back. Like, you still have guys who are like, the team's not quite fully formed right now. We're all worried about the rebounding, as we should. Mm-hmm. But let's take you into just maybe my least favorite part of the team, and I want your opinion. Will Noah Williamson get any better? Because there were moments late in the UNLV game, he had a nice little drive. He had a steal in the Maryland game, and just like, there's a sector of the fan base that thinks, oh, he's just got to get more time. You were talking about a screen that he didn't know he had to set. Yeah. So it's like, maybe he just doesn't really know the system, isn't really fully integrated. Could he get more integrated, and could he give you something?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I love how right when you said like least favorite, I was like, oh, I know exactly where he's going with this. But when Nate was talking about Noah in the preseason, he said like he's good offensively as a passer and this and that, but he isn't fully acclimated to this fast-paced system yet, and it's clear that that's the case. I mean, what you're referring to with a player setting a screen, probably with like 20 seconds left, walk-on Jacob Martin comes on an inbound pass, and he like tells like before the pass is thrown, he tells Noah Williamson to set a screen here. And I mean, good on Jacob Martin, but I don't think a walk-on needs to be telling like an upperclassman, like a scholarship player, to be doing something like that. But I mean, I guess he has to get it done, and I don't know. He's definitely struggled to start here.
if you can get something out of him, maybe the rebounding issue starts to get better.
He's the tallest guy on the team.
Yes.
Aiden Sherrill 6'11".
Yep.
He's kind of Williams 7 foot.
He's got like a little baby giraffe syndrome to me a little bit. He really doesn't like. If he could, go along with his body, and the same with Aiden Sherrill.
Yeah.
If Aiden could actually like realize how big he is and how like mobile he is for being, is he 6'11" or something?
Yeah, 6'11".
He's huge.
Yeah.
Doesn't play like that though.
Yeah, no, I mean, Aiden Sherrill has gotten in foul trouble most games this year. And then in like the couple games that he hasn't, I mean, he had 4 blocks against North Dakota and then 5 the other night.
Keep your daggum hands up, brother. You'll be fine. Don't be reaching.
Exactly. It's clear that he has the talent to get boards, to get blocks. He's just, I guess, maybe a little more confidence.
Yeah, we can't rely on just Keaton Bristow to get all of our rebounds.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he's shorter than him. He's an inch shorter.
But the effort.
Oh,
Keaton Bristow got some effort. That boy is really good.
Yeah. After the Furman? No, it might have been Florida State exhibition. Oh, boy.
Brother.
Oh, it's your brother commenting.
That's so
Love
funny.
you, Dane.
But after the Florida State exhibition, Nato said that Keaton could be that blue collar guy this season. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, big time.
What is that emoji from
I've never seen that
his
before.
girlfriend.
Okay.
His girlfriend.
All right, excellent. We got a lot of Dax fans watching and listening and commenting, and I don't know what some of these emojis are.
What are these emojis?
But that's great. Feel free to comment on the Bama Central YouTube channel. You're watching us probably on my own channel right now at Joe Gay through 6. We're live right there, and we got all the Dax Dickinson fan club right here joining us on the comments section. We appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with us on a Black Friday. Hunter, I don't want to cut you off, but I'm about done with the Players Air Festival. You got any other thoughts or any comments or anything that we should have seen? Like, goodness, I'll tell you, the Maryland game after we were up by so much, and I thought, well, these guys can't challenge us on the boards. I went to bed. I was like, we're up by a bunch.
Yeah.
The rebounding issue is not on display here tonight because I want to see us play the Purdues, the Gonzagas, the Michigans, where you're going to have to Arizona next Saturday, you're going to have to bring it on the boards. I don't really think you had like UNLV and Maryland said, hey, let's play a guard game. And you want to play a guard game with Alabama, y'all are going to lose, period. Like point blank, Aiden Sherrill or Aiden Holloway, LeBaron Philon, they're just going to smoke you if we do guards versus guards. So I wasn't as like at 12:30 at night at 1:15. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. We won. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, my plan is just for next press conference, instead of asking about rebounding or injuries or something like that, I might just ask a very simple question. You're kind of leading up to it. Is just I want to get that like quote of him saying yes to is Alabama like the best guard like group in the country, and we saw what Aiden Holloway can do when he stays consistent the last couple of games, and he obviously got a top 12 pick in LeBaron Philon.
Houston Millett kind of having a struggling shooting night against UNLV. I think it was like 2 of 12 or something like that, 3 of 12. Yeah. But then the next night was just boom, 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 like right on fire. Oh, yeah. It's like you want to play guards with Alabama, then you're going to lose. It's as simple as that. All right, guys, let's have a little fun. Let's get into real Football Friday Iron Bowl action. We're brought to you by Purple Turtle Roofing. You can call Purple Turtle Roofing at 877-787-6635 for all of your roofing needs. Y'all want to do keys to the game, then voicemails, then 3 players to watch and picks? I think that's a good little plan right there. So call Purple Turtle Roofing at 877-787-6635. Follow Dax Dickinson at Daxington on the Twitter machine. He's tagged on us on our Twitter right now today. So give him a follow. Dax, how you feeling? You texted me on Sunday. I feel strangely confident. And I said, how? Why? What are you seeing? I don't know yet. So you've had a week to think about it. What are you feeling about this Iron Bowl? And give me some of your keys to this game. Let's hear how many keys you got on your ring.
On the stat sheet, we are way better than Auburn. I wouldn't say way better, but we've been winning a bunch of close games. Auburn's been losing a bunch of close games. But their pass protection is not the best. They are really good at run blocking. And our pass rush has really come to fruition the past couple of weeks. So I think that's a good matchup. For some reason, I really think the offense is due to have a good game. Ty is really due to have a good game. And the fact that Shep is leaving, I think our wide receivers are going to be galvanized off of this. But that's also why I said strangely, because I don't know why I'm feeling confident. Really not going to use the Twitter argument because Auburn fans are always bad on Twitter.
Yes, they are.
The last time I used the Twitter argument, it was the Oklahoma game, which we should have beat Oklahoma by 2 or 3 scores, but we kept giving it to them on our side of the field. Couldn't stand that.
Put the defense in horrid positions.
Yeah, the defense, dude. I mean, we're 9th in total defense so far this year. We've really figured out how to stop the run.
It's fantastic.
Thank you, Kane Womack. I love him. I didn't know how I was feeling about him at the beginning of the year, but this man, please, I hope nobody takes him from us anytime soon.
Arkansas, y'all just need to go ahead and hire Alex Golish.
Yeah, just get that out of the way.
But I said strangely. I feel like the offense is going to come out they're going to come out of hibernation this week, tomorrow. Defense has been out of hibernation for a while. But it is the Iron Bowl at Jordan-Hare Stadium. So we're really going to figure out if DeBoer can get rid of the voodoo that has been on us past 18 years.
So what are your keys to the game? What do you want to see from Alabama? What do you think Alabama has to do to win this game?
So Auburn clearly is good at running the ball. I think if the defense, we're going to have to make them beat us by passing it. Then again, Ashton Daniels had 330 yards against Vanderbilt. We're really going to have to do good on 1st and 2nd down and get them in 3rd and long situations. There are going to be some fluke plays. I already know there's going to be some fluke plays. Already know. Go ahead and preparing my heart for this because we're going to get Auburn in some 3rd and 4th and longs, and they're, for some reason, just going to convert them as they always do at Jordan-Hare Stadium. But I think the offense is going to put us in a good spot. I think we really started to find our run game against Oklahoma. I didn't think we were going to run near as good as we did against in my opinion, it's the 2nd best defense in the nation, right behind Ohio State.
Yeah.
But it's the Iron Bowl. Makes me nervous every year.
Yeah. I mean, I think with the Iron Bowl and any sort of rivalry, resumes are just thrown out the window.
Big time.
I mean, Mississippi State and Ole Miss every year is a pretty close matchup, and Ole Miss usually ranked in the top 15. Mississippi State's usually nowhere to be found. Now that Mississippi State is pretty good again, could be a pretty crazy night tonight. Or at 11 a.m., my bad. It's coming up in 2 hours. By the time this is published, it'll be going. But yeah.
Hunter, what are your keys to this game for Alabama? Alabama going into Auburn, 6:30 on ABC. You'll find all the coverage at BamaCentral.com. Hunter Decider will be there. So what are you going to be looking for? What are the keys for the Crimson Tide to get it done in Jordan-Hare Stadium?
I mean, at first, they got to prepare for multiple QBs. That's a challenge in itself. Then I think they got a pretty good wide receiver duo in Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton.
Yep.
Those are 2 talented players, and Alabama's secondary has looked great this year for the most part.
Hey, Cam Coleman, go transfer to Oregon State.
yeah.
Dijon's going to have his hands full, though.
Exactly.
I mean, according to, I don't know how many people saw that PFF post, but he's got the best coverage grade out of everybody in the country.
Yeah, he's looked great. That's been a fun, hype up. That's actually, worked out. People are hyping up this 6'4" freshman corner thinking, oh, man, he's going to be the next big thing, and in week 1, he allows a 40-yard play to Squirrel White, and then ever since, something's flipped.
That was a dumb assignment. That was such a dumb assignment. And Squirrel White hadn't done anything the rest of the years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw something that he had 80 receiving yards up until a couple weeks ago, and someone said, "Oh, he got 40 on one play." It's just crazy. But yeah, Dijon's look great, and this is going to be a big challenge from against Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton. Same for Damani Jackson and Davian Brown and Deshaun Jones. I mean, I think the main key is just kind of stopping these receivers from getting going. Defense or offensively, I mean, I think Ty is someone to watch here. I mean, we'll talk about players to watch, obviously, but he hasn't been super exciting the last couple of weeks. This guy went from being a Heisman front runner and a potential number 1 overall pick to kind of deteriorating outside of there. I mean, the Maxwell Award, which is basically the Heisman, but just in a different, I guess, thing. He was not named a finalist. He was a semifinalist, but he was not named one of the 4 finalists. Came out a couple days ago. But I mean, this is going to be a heck of an environment for him, and he's done well in road environments so far, except for Florida State. But this is a pretty big game for him, and I think getting him going will be the key, and maybe starting fast and quieting the crowd down.
I like it. All right, so I am feeling pretty confident about Alabama's defense in this game, but I mean, not so much because they all held Eastern Illinois to 34 yards, but I think that they've shown over the last handful of SEC games that they're ready for about anything you can throw at him. I do think Cam Coleman is an absolute monster, and Eric Singleton is a really, really good receiver underneath. So, like, they have a really nice combo of, oh, I can hit you over the top with Coleman, and I can play you underneath with Singleton, and that presents a pretty big challenge. But I do think that the secondary, you're going to get bit on a couple plays, but I think on the whole, the secondary will do will do well enough to make everybody happy. My biggest key to this game is Ryan Grubb. Ryan. Get Ty some easy ass throws early. Just some simple, like whether it's tight end right over the middle. I know you're not gonna have Josh Cuevas. And the new injury report is gonna be coming out later tonight. No injury update last night because of Thanksgiving, thankfully. So first week that you have it Wednesday and Friday, not Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But no Josh Cuevas. Find him an easy throw early, and let's just get him in a rhythm. Let him feel some confidence. Let him see the ball not hit the floor, and let him not throw it through traffic early. I think that Ty can have a big game. I think Ty, look, you go back to the Oklahoma game, he had, outside of about 4 plays, it was, Ty's looking pretty good tonight, except, smacked in the back of the head, you fumble the ball, or, you got a blitzer right on your butt, and Isaiah Horton doesn't run a slant route very hard, and he gets picked off and it's 80 yards the other way. Like, I think that Ty can have a big game, but you got to get him started early. You got to get him some easy completions early, whether it's like, how many slant routes have you really seen from this wide receiver crew this year? I don't really think a whole lot. You got Jeremy Bernard on some deep digs for sure, and you've got, Ryan Williams is run fades from the slot, and he's run a kind of a deep crosser from the slot a couple of different times. Same with Lassier Brooks, deep crosser from the slot. But you haven't had a whole lot of just 3-yard bang slant routes, and you're hitting Isaiah Horton or you're hitting Jeremy Bernard. I want to see some easy throws early in this game. So that's my biggest key to this game, is easy throws early in the game so Ty gets in rhythm. Because I don't think you're going to get the run game going. I'm sorry, Dax. I think that the run game is just going to be what it is. You're going to be looking for 95 yards at a cap for the run game. You're probably going to be looking at 85 yards for at the cap for the run game, and 15 of those are going to be coming from Ty. Like, you've gotten Ty a couple times on the quarterback read over the last couple of weeks. I think he's going to have to do a couple of those. But the game is on Ty Simpson, and if you can get him some easy throws early, then I think that he can be really successful down there. Get the ball out of his hands. I do like Alabama's pass protection, even though Auburn's defense, they're menaces. They're especially up front. You heard Caden Proctor say they're a mother bleeper earlier in the week. And so, like, they know it's a big task. And so if we can just scheme the ball out of Ty's hands quickly, give him some layups to hit. You give him some layups to hit, maybe he'll hit some 3-point shots, some half-court heaves with deeper passes down to Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, and the likes. So I think that's my biggest key, is getting Ty Simpson going early. Secondly, Auburn is last in the conference in sacks allowed. 40-something sacks allowed this year. So whoever's playing quarterback, like, you're going to be squirrely. They're going to be rushing and squirting out of the pocket. Ashton Daniels, Deuce Knight, they're going to be squirting out of the pocket and getting some rushing. They have 41 sacks allowed. Ooh. You're going to break off, okay, Ashton Daniels squirted it out for 8-yard rush and slid right in front of Jefferson, slid right in front of went out of bounds right in front of Deontay Lawson's pursuit, whatever. When you get Yancy Pierre, Quay Russo, LT, when they're in the fingertips of, when they're in your fingertips, you got to bring them down. You can't just rely on a Garrett Nussmeier spinning right into you to get a sack. Go get pressure. This offensive line is buns. It's not good. The Auburn offensive line is not good at protection. So the pass rushing plan has to be really, really at a high. If the pass rushing plan is really at a high level, well, you're going to make it easier defending Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton. So my number 2 key for the game is getting after whoever is playing quarterback and, accepting some of the rushing plays that they're going to have, some of the scramble plays that they're going to have, but taking advantage of sack opportunities because Auburn's had a lot of sack opportunities with other teams. And so get Ty going early, take advantage of sack opportunities, and just the simplest of the simplest, Hunter, win the turnover battle.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, you cannot give the football away, and you got to take the football away. Yeah, you didn't get any takeaways against Oklahoma. You gave it away 3 times. Maybe it could have been 4. You gave it away. You were -3, and you lost the game by 2 points. Like, everybody's crying about Connor Talty. Yes, they should. But, like, if you just take care of the dadgum football, if Ryan Williams doesn't fumble a punt return and you end up going 3 and out and punting it back, whatever, who cares? If you don't throw a pick 6 in the red zone and you give Connor Talty another chance. Maybe Connor was 1 of 2 against that Oklahoma game. You got stopped on 3rd down hypothetically, and you gave Connor another kick. He might have been 1 of 2. You'd still be booing his rear end, but like, you got the 3 points that you needed in a 2-point loss right there. Like, just don't turn the football over. You've done so well, and that goes back to Ty. I mean, you had 5 SEC games in a row of getting sack fumbled. It's just got to be a little better in that area. Set up Oklahoma with the short field, and Tate Sandell kicked a boom shot at a field goal, and because your defense held them, like, just take care of the football. Punt the ball away. Please punt the ball away. So to me, it's get Ty going early. It's take advantage of sack opportunities and win the turnover battle. And if you do that, you're going to win this Iron Bowl. Take you back to Wednesday. Brax Garrison ended up saying 31-24, a 7-point win. I think you're at what's the spread right now? Oh, that's on Friday. That's on Friday. Let's go to Saturday. The spread is now at, that's all back, is 5.5. Is 5.5. I think you can cover that 5.5 if you do those 3 things.
Yeah, it's got to end every drive and a kick.
Yes.
And every drive and a kick. We'll be fine.
Even if Connor's missing, we'll all be frustrated, but like, you're not going to be burning yourself by giving the football away. Oh my goodness.
And bringing it back to on defense, if we can keep them in 3rd and long, I would be really happy to see Quay and Yanze on the field at the same time.
I think you will.
Yeah. If we can make them throw the ball, because I know we can stop their run. I know we can do it. Our linebackers have been playing out of their mind the past couple of weeks. So, and our run support from the corners and safeties has also been crazy good. So we can just keep them in 3rd and long. That pass rush is going to get to them a couple times, either Ashton or Deuce, one of the 2.
Yeah.
All right, let's head out to the voicemail line. We've got 2 voicemails from our friends Henry Sklar and Theo Fernandez. The 2 kids, they've been out all week because they went home to see their families for Thanksgiving. Who does that? Hunter, look at Hunter. He's dedicated to the cause. Didn't go home this week, but those 2 guys not quite on the payroll yet, so they went home and they chose their families over football. So let's hear what Henry Sklar and what Theo Fernandez had to say on the voicemail line. You can call the voicemail line yourself at 205-462-7340 extension 800 if you want to be involved in the show. I would love to take your voicemails after the Auburn game, after the Iron Bowl. Get your reactions to the game. Here is our voicemails for Football Friday.
Everybody, it is your favorite Bama Central intern, number 1 intern right here, Henry Sklar, calling in from beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida, the home of the 2024 ReliaQuest Bowl between Alabama and Michigan, the home of 2026 SEC Media Days. Man, feels good to get down to Florida for a week and get a break from Tuscaloosa. But, of course, it's a Football Friday on the Joe Gaither Show, so we got to talk about the Iron Bowl a little bit. I'm sorry, but I got Alabama here. I don't know. I know Auburn has a lot of hype around them. This is a very big game. There's a lot of voodoo in the air at Jordan Hare. Nick Saban likes to say that Jordan Hare is cursed, but personally, I don't see Auburn turning into the 86 Bears in 1 week, and I don't see Alabama losing this game despite, missing Josh Cuevas, not having the best past few weeks. But like I said, I don't see Auburn turning into the 86 Bears. And Joe, speaking of the Bears, more important than the Iron Bowl, it's the
hold on before you continue, Henry.
Uh-oh.
It's the 85 Bears.
Yeah. I was waiting for
Good old
that.
Henry.
Yeah.
It's 85, sir. It's 85. Okay, you can have your say.
Henry Joe Bowl today, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Lincoln Financial Field.
Sir, we're not on Eastern Time. Whatever, continue.
My Philadelphia Eagles take on Joe's Chicago Bears. Joe, man, it's been a great ride for your Bears so far. You know, Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, Romo Dunze, DeAndre Swift, absolutely electric offense with Ben Johnson. You know, you got 3 amazing DBs back there. I'm pretty sure 3 Bears defensive backs lead the league in interceptions this year so far. It's been a fantastic ride for Bears fans, and I'm happy that Chicago is playing well because I think football is overall a better sport when Chicago is relevant. However, your relevancy dies today because the Philadelphia Eagles are here to crush the dreams of your Chicago Bears, all right? We are the defending Super Bowl champs. We have the Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts at quarterback, Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, A.J. Brown, one of the best receivers in the league, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, dogs all over the place on offense. On defense, Quinyon Mitchell, welcome to Guantanamo Bay, DJ Moore. We got Reed Blankenship. We got Cooper DeJean back there. We got dogs all over the front 7. Galix Hunt, Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Zach Bond, N'Kobe Dean. Joe, I'm sorry, man, but the Bears season, the dreams you have, the hope you've built dies today. And if the Eagles lose this game, you should rightfully call me out on your X. You should rightfully call me out Monday on the show. But I promise you that won't be happening because, you know, the Bears haven't really played anyone yet. Now you're playing the Birds, and you're going to be welcome to the big leagues. I appreciate you guys listening to me. You know, hopefully Alabama gets it done on Saturday for the Iron Bowl. Hopefully they get into the playoffs. But, Joe, more importantly, go Birds, fly Eagles, fly. Welcome to the big leagues. Let's go. Eagles, money line. Let's roll.
Henry, sir, this is an Alabama show.
He forgot to name Jahad Campbell.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah. Even anyone can look at a depth chart and say, we got Billy Smith, we got Charlie Smith, we got James Brown, we've got, just name a bunch of names. That's all you're going to do here. Just, we've got our cornerback, our starting safety, our starting linebacker, our starting this, like, you didn't say anything.
The Philadelphia SECs.
You said nothing there. You called the show and you wasted our time saying nothing, mentioning the wrong Bears year. It's 85 Bears, and then talking about hopes and dreams and hopes and like, hello, do you not know where the Bears have been for the last 5 years? In the desert. It's fine if we lose this game. I have no issue at all losing to the defending Super Bowl champion. First off, we haven't played anybody. We beat the first place AFC North Pittsburgh Steelers this past week. Like, we played some decent teams, but like, I have no illusions of beating the Eagles today. It's not about beating the Eagles today. Our season is a dream season. Even if the Eagles win 55-0, our season is still a dream season. At 8-4, are our dreams dead? No, we still get 2 games with Green Bay. We still get the Lions. So the division is still right there in front of us. You've got a game with the Browns. You got a game with the 49ers. You got 6 tough games left. And you're right there at 8-3. The Bears win 2 more games and we're at 10 wins. Hell, I'm in heaven. I have no illusions of winning a Super Bowl, Henry. You're coming into my mentions, being a bully into my yard, and I have not even said anything to you this week. I'm sitting there on Thanksgiving with my friends and family and getting texts from you. We're about to do this. We're about to do that. This is why people hate Eagles fans, sir. like just have a sense of self-awareness.
It's pretty funny that Henry said we got to talk about the Iron Bowl, and then I just heard the entire Eagles roster. Come on, Henry.
Without even mentioning Jahad Campbell, an Alabama player.
It's not like the Eagles have been world beaters this year. They've won games, but the offense looks like
it's terrible.
not so hot. The defense looks incredible. But I'm sure that Saquon Barkley, 25 fantasy points today. Please, please, please. Yep, that's all good. And we're here to talk about the Iron Bowl, Henry. So call us back after the Iron Bowl. Give us your opinions of the Iron Bowl, Alabama. Give us your I missed your 3 players to watch. I missed your keys to the game. I missed your feelings and you did predict Alabama would win since you've gotten away from the voodoo and you feel better in sunny Florida. But this is an Alabama show and no one cares about your Eagles. And if y'all win today, it's fine. I'm still on cloud 9 because everything is about next week when we go to Green Bay. It's fine. Okay, let's see if Theo found the assignment.
Sure he did.
Hey, Joe, this is Theo. I'm sorry, guys. I had to take Monday off to celebrate the Giants finally firing Shane Bowen, but I'm going to get right to the chase here. I'm in Panama right now. I've been a little removed from the situation in Tuscaloosa. I've been a little removed from the game, and honestly, I feel a lot better about this right now. I think that taking myself out of, the Auburn voodoo, Tuscaloosa, Alabama has so much wrong. I think I feel better about this team and this team's prospects of winning the game. I think that we've seen Ty and company do so many good things over the years. I think that we've seen every single game except Oklahoma, when the offense needs to do something clutch, they're able to deliver. And I think that at the end of the day, we know that this is not a very good Auburn team. We are scared because voodoo magic, interim coach, freshman QB going to ruin, the season. Come on, guys. This is an elite Alabama defense. We know what they are capable of. I am putting it all on the line here, obviously, but I think Alabama wins this game comfortably. I'm going 27-14 Alabama. I think that Auburn's offense is going to have a lot of problems. I think that Alabama's offense is going to do enough. Alabama wins this game comfortably. We don't have to sweat it out. I could be eating my words big time on Monday. I'm going to keep this call short because I'm paying for it, being an international phone call right now. But I hope you guys have a fun show, and roll tide.
Thank you, Theo. That was very heartwarming. I appreciate that. I, too, think we're not going to have to really sweat it out, but it is the Iron Bowl at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Come on, DeBoer. And company.
Yeah, I know one of our colleagues at AL.com, Matt Stahl, he did an investigation where he went to Jordan-Hare Stadium with paranormal experts to see if the place was haunted. And feel free to read the story on Matt's thing, but
Spoil it. They came up with nothing.
Spoiler alert. They came up with nothing. Yes.
All right, so let's have a lot of fun. We appreciate Henry and Theo actually understanding the assignment right here on the Joe Gaither Show. You can call the voicemail line at 205-462-7340, extension 800. React to the Iron Bowl or set us up for next week's SEC Championship should Alabama qualify. Dax Dickinson right here. You can follow him at Daxington. Dax, give us your 3 players to watch for this game.
All right. First up, since we're missing Cuevas.
Don't steal my list.
Come on. All right.
I'm going first player, Caleb Edwards.
Yeah.
This man has shown many flashes of being super consistent. I don't think, has he dropped a pass all year? I don't think Caleb's dropped a pass. So. He has shown many flashes of being a really consistent pass threat. And he's a big boy. He can run block too. So I think he's definitely one of your go-tos to get Ty going in this game. I think Ty has been thinking too much the past couple weeks. Whenever it's a 2-minute situation, like in the first half of the year, Ty was like on fire in any of the 2-minute drills. Ty's been awesome because he hadn't had to think about anything. He just goes out there and balls. Second one, I've got Justin Jefferson for the run support. This man has been playing with his hair on fire all year. Thank you, Diego Pavia, for getting this man an extra year because this man has benefited from it. He went from I don't even know if he was projected in any of the
no shot rounds. He was projected.
Yeah, not at all. But this year he could. Day 2.
Yeah, it's possible.
Day 3, yeah, he's getting drafted. Justin Jefferson is going to be an NFL player. And then third, I've got to go Bray Hubbard. the most exciting white on the football field. I love Bray Hubbard. He is a thumper, and he is also a ball hawk. He's literally what you want in a safety. I mean, better than Caleb Downs?
No,
Maybe.
no.
There's a shot. There's a little sliver. I think he could be. He could be. I really think he could be. But Bray Hubbard is going to have to really step up in this one like he always does. Really helping the run because Auburn's going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to run it a lot. And then when they drop back and pass, Bray Hubbard's there. So, yeah. So, Caleb Edwards, Justin Jefferson, and Bray Hubbard. That's who I got.
You only burned one on my list. So great job.
Yeah.
Great job. That's good. That's good. Hunter DeCiver. You follow him at Hunter DeCiver on the Twitter machine. He'll be in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Who are your 3 players to watch for the Crimson Tide?
Yeah, I mean, first I'll get it out there. When we were riding over here, I said to Joe, I have a player to watch already in mind, but I have a feeling it's going to get taken. It's Caleb Edwards, but that's all right.
I'm sorry.
You're good. I mentioned him. I'm going to say 2 guys that I mentioned already. And just kind of explore them a little bit more. But Dijon Lee. But I'm gonna, I guess, pair him with Domani Jackson, just because for the last few games Dijon was the starter, but then last week they said Domani was the starter. So I think whoever gets more snaps between the two is more of the player to watch. I mean, both of them have played in crazy environments at night this season. And they've played against good receivers this season. But I mean, especially for Dijon, I mean, this is like the biggest game of your career, dude. It's as simple as that. Like, you win this, you take down Cam Coleman, who's probably in a couple of years going to be a first-round pick. Eric Singleton, super talented as well. You're in Jordan-Hare. It's a crazy environment. I think he's definitely someone to watch. And if he shuts them down, he'll become a national guy.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Ty Simpson. Kind of like a default choice, just because he's the quarterback. But I mean, as I've said earlier on the show, is he was this Heisman front runner, and now he's not. Not the best last few games for him. A lot of sack fumbles for him. I know we haven't spoken about that too much on this show today, but yeah, he fumbles the ball quite a bit. Threw 2 interceptions last week. One was a heave at the end of the half, but still counts on the stat sheet. This is also a major game for his career, for his draft stock, just everything. I mean, it really checks everything on the box, what you're looking for in a quarterback in the NFL.
1,000%.
Like, I mean, can you perform at this extremely high stakes game on the road against your rival? It's as simple as that. And then third, we haven't really talked about him today. We mentioned him once. Connor. Yeah.
Talty.
Alabama's had kicking mistakes.
Look, my whole list is still there.
Oh,
Look
sweet.
at you.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. You're
Look
good.
at you.
Keep going.
No,
Sorry.
yeah. Alabama's had it's called mistakes kicking against Auburn in the past. I think that's a fair word to call it.
Dadgum Joseph Bullivus.
Yeah. Another guy about 12 years ago. But
Augustus, too.
yeah. Anyways, I mean, this guy got booed off his own home field, and the players have reacted. DeBoer has reacted, and I think everyone's kind of just rooting for him to succeed in this one. At least the players and coaches are. If there's a game to prove himself, it's on the road against Jordan-Hare, and as I said earlier, that resumes are thrown out the window in this, and this could be a close game. Could be decided by 3 points. I mean, look at Oklahoma. They lost by 2 because not just because he missed a field goal, but that was part of it. So yeah, my 3 players to watch: Connor Talty, Ty Simpson, and Dijon Lee / Domani Jackson.
I like it.
I love that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going up there. I had about 8 or 9, and a couple of them got taken, so I had plenty more to choose from. I love the Caleb Edwards pick, but I'm taking Marshall Pritchett. Last week, four receptions, led the team in receptions. I think that you're going to have to replace this Josh Cuevas production, and I do think that Caleb Edwards will be a part of it, but I think Marshall Pritchett will be a little bit more a part of it due to splitting him out wide and getting into pass coverage. I think Caleb Edwards is going to be out there. You know, we're going to run a lot of 12 personnel, and so Edwards is going to be out there for sure. but I'm just got a feeling that Marshall Pritchett's going to be involved in this game plan a little bit. So number 1 for me is Marshall Pritchett, the freshman from Georgia. Number 2 for me, is going to be Caden Proctor because you've got a nasty a defensive front for Auburn. Xavier Atkinson coming off one side, and you've got Keldrick Falk coming off the other side. Really, really special players, and Kieran Crawford as well. So 3 really good players for Auburn up front, and Caden has had games where he's been really, really good, and he's had some other games where he's been not so fun. So we'll see if Caden Proctor digested his Thanksgiving dinner and is ready to move his feet and stay in front of these Auburn defenders to give Ty Simpson some time. I think that Caden Proctor is hugely important for Alabama's efforts, and maybe find a little bit of a run game. Come on, block somebody, move somebody off the line, Caden Proctor. You're my number 2 player to watch. And number 3 for me is Yanzi Pierre. You got Bray Hubbard and you got Dijon Lee. Those were on my list. But Yanzi Pierre, to win the turnover battle, can you come behind Ashton Daniels? Can you come behind Deuce Knight and sack fumble them? I mean, Alabama suffered the sack fumble for 5 SEC games in a row. Can you give them the Uno reverse card, get into the backfield and hack a quarterback's arm and pop that ball loose? I think Yanzi Pierre, this Auburn offensive line is pretty not so good. If you can create a havoc play yourself, set your offense up with a short field, or heck, scoop and score. Little somebody come behind him. Bray Hubbard comes behind him. Dijon Lee comes behind him, scoops and scores. Might be a lot of fun for Alabama fans right there. So I'm going Marshall Pritchett 1, Caden Proctor 2, Yanzi Pierre 3, and I'm taking an honorable mention, and I'm taking Lazier Brooks because I do think that Lazier is going to be helpful in this underneath passing game, getting the ball out quickly. And while all the focus is going to be on Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, and Isaiah Horton, these secondary receivers, Marshall Pritchett, Lazier Brooks, are going to have to be really involved in, hey, guys, you have our main guys covered, but we're still open. So I'm taking an honorable mention and going Lazier Brooks.
How does Lottie not have a touchdown this year?
Does he really not?
No,
Oh my
not
God.
a single one.
It makes no sense.
I did not know that.
I don't get it.
I just assumed that he got in against like ULM or something. Wow.
No touchdowns for Lazier Brooks.
He's due for like 90 touchdowns
Oh,
tomorrow.
wow.
Like, it makes no sense to me.
I didn't know that. Real quick,
Please.
do you think that Caden, for both of you, that Caden will line up outside as besides being a left tackle?
Please don't.
I was thinking,
don't.
I mean, we might throw it in there once or twice. Not, hopefully not twice, just once.
I'm sick of that
please.
stuff.
Like, not him necessarily getting the ball, but just lining up.
I'm sick of that stuff.
It works. It do be working.
It hasn't worked.
It hasn't worked twice, but it's worked 3 times.
They're like 3 of 5 on it.
Yeah.
I don't like those odds in Jordan Hare.
If we're up at least like 10 points, I'll be fine with it.
I wouldn't mind that.
I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
I want to see Caden get in the end zone with the ball in his hand.
Oh my God, yeah. That'd be so sick.
When he lined up in the backfield on that 4th and 1 against Oklahoma this most recent game, I thought, what the bleep are you doing?
I like him as a decoy, though. That's fun.
Oh, they got it by a nose by flipping it out to Lazier Brooks. It worked. Oh, yeah.
Pursuit, man.
We don't judge things on results. It's process oriented. The process is bad. It's bad process.
That pursuit man also turned into the Flash.
That's true.
Lottie should have broken the edge on that. I don't know how he got to Lottie on that one, but Oklahoma.
I think you've used all your bullets in that section of the playbook.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe
We'll
not. Ryan Grubb will say, I'm shoving it right in your face, Joe, and watch this.
He is very creative. I will give Ryan Grubb.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got to get out of here because it's a huge Black Friday football day. So it's a special football Friday. We're going to blitz through some picks here. We'll hit some of these games that are on Black Friday, and then we'll get into the big day on Saturday. We'll end with the Alabama-Auburn game. Auburn, the Iron Bowl. But first, we got to start with about an hour and a half away. Dax, Ole Miss is at Mississippi State. Ole Miss, a 7.5-point favorite. Lane Kiffin, you win, you're in the playoff. You lose, you'll be on the bubble. You lose and you leave the job. Ole Miss is out. What do you think about this Egg Bowl?
The Egg Bowl every stinking year is one of the best games to watch.
Lock them in a phone booth and give both teams a hammer.
It does not matter where it's at. It's at Mississippi State this year. And Mississippi State is clearly way better than they were last year. It's going to be close. I think
these two teams hammer each other to death.
Yeah. Dude, and there's been Lane Kiffin is projected to just go anywhere. I kind of like Mississippi State in this one. Kind of like it. Lane hasn't done anything as a head coach at Ole Miss yet either. I mean, he's won games. He's won a lot of games, but Lane Kiffin, he's got a past. He has overcome a lot, and I'm proud of Lane Kiffin and the maturing he's done over the years. But
you're taking State.
I'm taking State. I'm taking Mississippi State.
Hunter?
Your timing is impeccable. AL.com's Michael Casagrande just put out a tweet. You ready?
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin in a SEC Network interview says Mississippi State fans broke into their locker room at 3 a.m. and stole cornerback Trinidad Chambliss's jersey.
I believe it.
They know this because they set up cameras in the dressing room.
I believe it.
Wow.
It is the second best rivalry in the SEC behind the Iron Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And
every year
they won't play like they're locked in. Like they won't play like running the football, but like proverbially, it's like two country boys met on the streets, and both of them had a hammer, and they're just gonna hammer each other to death. And I love it.
Yeah, I mean, this is some added fuel for Ole Miss here. And I mean, I was gonna pick Ole Miss either way, but now I think Ole Miss wins pretty easily.
Yeah,
I
like it. I'm taking Mississippi State.
I did not know that.
I'm taking State just for the fun.
Just came out. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm taking Mississippi State just for the fun. I think Ole Miss probably is better, but all the surrounding circumstances of Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin, I'm taking Mississippi State. Let's go over to Atlanta. You're not playing this game on campus. Georgia is playing Georgia Tech in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And Georgia, you win. You're in the playoffs. You'll lose. You might get bumped to the bubble. Georgia Tech, it doesn't matter about this game. All you got to do, Georgia Tech, is make it to the ACC championship. They're still leading that fight, aren't they? Oh no, they've dropped down. They've dropped down their 2 losses. They got to watch Virginia, Pittsburgh, and SMU. So they do really need to win this game to get into the college football playoff. What do you think? Georgia is a 13.5-point favorite against the Yellow Jackets. Clean, old-fashioned hate.
Stupid neutral sites. I wish it was at Georgia Tech. I hate these neutral site games with a burning passion. I think if it was at Georgia Tech would put up another 8 overtime performance. But I really do not see that happening in, basically almost Georgia's home stadium. It is our home stadium. We own Mercedes-Benz. Nobody can say otherwise. But I got Georgia by a comfortable margin in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a couple weeks ago that I think Georgia Tech probably has a good shot. But then Georgia Tech's lost a couple times, and Georgia's won a couple times, and I'm going to go with Georgia here.
I would never be able to go home again if I ever picked Georgia Tech in this game. So I'm taking Georgia easily for you, Dad, and for you, Mom. Love you guys, and this will be an easy day for y'all as you watch it in middle of the afternoon. And the nightcap tonight, number 3, Texas A&M goes to Austin. DKR, oh my gosh. A&M, you win this game, you're definitely in the playoffs. You lose it, do you slip past 12? Probably not, but you probably slip in a little bit. Texas, you gotta win to get in. You gotta win to put yourself back on the bubble at least. You gotta win and get some help. Texas A&M is a 2.5-point road favorite. Dax, who you got?
Wow. Can Texas A&M go undefeated in the regular season? I haven't seen it happen in my lifetime. I don't think they've done it in my lifetime. I'm 25. So, yeah. Well, this is going to be a nail biter because I think Texas is hopefully Arch has a good day. I want to see Texas A&M lose. I will be honest about that. I would love to see them lose. I guess now I know how everybody that's not a Bama fan feels. Yeah. But I'm going to take A&M by a point. It's gonna come down to the last drive.
Yeah. They were in the Southwest Conference in 1994. The last time they went undefeated, 10-0-1. Wow. They did have a tie, 10-0-1.
Wow.
I think they'll do it. Just I'm not super confident. I'm definitely not putting any money on that game.
And in 1956, they were 9-0-1. We just keep on going. Hunter, how you see this game?
I mean, in terms of both sides having a ton of stakes, this is probably the biggest game of rivalry weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Texas, they're probably not going to make the playoff regardless, but I mean, still they got somewhat of a shot. Also, they got a quarterback that is Manning, and him getting 4 losses is pretty wild. I mean, obviously, there's been way too much pressure put on him. I'll
big time.
I'll say that out there. Like, way too much. It's super unnecessary. But a lot of pressure for them, and then A&M. I think they're gonna make the playoff regardless. If they lose today, yeah, I still don't think it'll be an issue. But that said, like they have not been undefeated since 1994. You said
94.
Yeah, I was born in 01, so it's been a while. But I mean, it's a very high stakes game for them, and because of that, but also they're on the road. Um, I don't know exactly how they've been on the road this season. Obviously, they won every game. Um, it's going to be real tough. I think the South Carolina game kind of provided some momentum there. The fact that they were down, what was it, like 34-0, something like that, 28-0. I think A&M's going to win this overall, though.
A&M will probably win, but I'm not picking against Texas in this rivalry. I'm taking Texas. I think they have a chance to scrape something out in an ugly fashion. All right, let's pick up the pace, guys. Let's pick up the pace. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Ohio State is at Michigan. Ohio State a 9.5-point favorite. Dex.
Okay. It's like Josh Pate said, he picked Michigan because Ohio State hadn't done it in a very long time. But Ohio State is going to do it tomorrow. They're gonna beat Michigan.
If you're an Alabama fan, you're pulling for Ohio State. Let's just make that clear.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I'm going to say Ohio State as well. I mean, I don't know if Justice Rangers is back or not, but
no.
Okay, yeah, no. Simple as that. Ohio State obviously on a losing streak against Michigan, but I think they got it this time.
Yeah, I'm taking Ohio State to make it a clean sweep. And if you're a Bama fan, you're asking, why am I pulling for Ohio State? You don't want Michigan to sneak into the Big Ten championship and win that game and snake a spot, because Ohio State's not slipping out of the top 12 no matter what happens. So you want Ohio State to win and keep that number 1 spot to leave the back end of the bubble open. 11 a.m. ABC, number 12 Miami is at number 22 Pittsburgh. You're trying to backdoor your way into the ACC title game. Miami with a win and a little help. You're at number 12 overall. You're on the bubble. Dax, do they get it done, or does Pitt actually knock them out of the playoff picture?
Well, when they started the year, Miami looked like one of the best teams in the entire country, and Pitt did not. I think Miami's talent, I think their roster talent is significantly better than Pitt's roster, and I think that's going to give them the edge. I think Miami's going to win by like 10.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Miami always seems to start great and then crumble.
Yep.
And they've done that again, but I still think they'll get this done and make the playoff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're going to get the ACC champion might bump them out.
It's possible.
Right, at 12.
Who else is competing with them?
It's Virginia, Pittsburgh, and SMU are all at one loss.
Right.
And the winner of that game gets a spot. So I think you're pulling for Pitt, if you're an Alabama fan, to go ahead and knock Miami all the way down.
That would be nice.
So, yeah, just because of that, we're taking Pitt. And plus, the coach said he didn't care about that Notre Dame game. All he wanted to do is win these ACC matchups. They won last week, and we'll see if they can win again. I'm taking Pitt. 2:30 ESPN. Vandy is at Tennessee. Diego Pavia, 2.5-point underdog, Dex.
Tennessee's going to get it done again. I think they're Vanderbilt's bugaboo. So then again, everybody's Vanderbilt's bugaboo except for the past 2 years. But I really think Tennessee's going to get it done and end Vandy's playoff dreams.
I hate to agree with you, but yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to pick. I'm gonna pick Tennessee here. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a Cinderella year for Vanderbilt based off that last year they were really showing a lot of good signs, but I think their run is over.
It's definitely a Cinderella year for Vanderbilt being in the top 15. I think that they will go into Tennessee and play them tough, but I think Tennessee will win and end their playoff dreams. Let's finish this show up on a big note, guys. Iron Bowl, 6:30 ABC. You can find all the coverage at BamaCentral.com. Follow Hunter DeCyber at Hunter DeCyber. He'll be in the building. He'll be tweeting. He'll be taking pictures from the press box. Enjoy that Jordan Hare press box meal. I hear it's impeccable.
Really?
No, I hear it's the absolute opposite of impeccable. So I would probably make some plans to eat before is what I have heard. Dax, give us your final thoughts on this Iron Bowl and your pick.
All right. Okay, so starting with Talty, he's going to miss his first field goal. He's going to make his second field goal and make everybody feel as how we feel right now. I think we are going to put a good amount of points on offense. Ty's going to get going. The run game, I think we're going to put up like 140 yards in running. That would help Ty out so much. I think we'll put up about 31. And since we're going to be able to stifle Auburn's run game, make them pass the ball, I'm giving Auburn 14. So 31-14. Bama wins very comfortably. Knock on wood.
There we go. Hunter DeCiver, your final thoughts on your pick for the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, I think my keys to the game, my players to watch, are the ones that'll really contribute to this final score in Talty, Dijon, and Ty Simpson. Overall, I think Alabama's going to pull this one out, probably like around a 10-point victory. Let's go with 20. Let's do 31. Let's give Connor a field goal in there.
Yes.
Let's go 31-21.
31-21 for Hunter. I think we've had a lot of fun this week. I want to remind you can find the show. You can find Peter Radicus's interview, AL.com, covering the Auburn Tigers. We did 30 minutes with him yesterday if you want to get more in-depth on the Auburn Tigers. And so we had a lot of fun with him. Brax Garrison joined us on Wednesday, and Brax picked Alabama 31-24. I'm picking Alabama despite my nerves. I know I've been playing the nervous Nelly all week long, and so I appreciate everybody kind of hanging in there with me. I'm picking Alabama 28-20 is what I'm picking. I think that Auburn's going to get a couple, have a few positive plays, but I think Alabama is going to be able to make some more plays and is a better football team than Auburn and will be able to rise above the voodoo that doesn't exist in Jordan-Hare Stadium. I'm not a believer in voodoo and curses and anything like that. So I think that none of that will play a factor, and I think Ty will be able to get going early. Alabama will win the turnover battle, and you'll get a few big play sacks from Yanzi Pierre, Quay Russaw, and the like, as per my keys to the game. And Alabama will win 28-20. We want to encourage everybody to follow Bama Central at Bama Central on the Twitter machine. Follow the Bama Central YouTube channel. We'll have a lot of videos post-game. We'll try to find videos of the players walking into the stadium. You'll be on that, Hunter. You got to go find the entrance. You or Hunter got to go find the entrance and see them walking in tomorrow. So that'll be a lot of fun tomorrow in Jordan-Hare Stadium. That video will go hard on the Bama Central YouTube channel, and then obviously post-game coverage as well. So we encourage you to follow us on the Bama Central YouTube channel. That's a lot. We've had a lot of great stuff on there all year long. Find the show on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify. You can send it to a friend any way you like. Call us on the voicemail line at 205-462-7340. Give us your reactions to Alabama's win or loss down there on the Plains. If you're an Auburn fan, you want to talk a little junk, you're welcome to do that as well. And we'll find out if Alabama makes the SEC championship in about 48 hours or so. So we appreciate everybody hanging out in there with us this season. We'll hope to have one more big week before bowl season, before postseason action happens. And that's going to do it for us. We'll get you ready for Alabama's basketball game against Clemson next week. So we'll be back on the basketball train next week as they play Clemson on Wednesday. Follow Hunter DeCiver for all the basketball coverage at Hunter DeCiver. Follow Dax for all his Bama coverage, all his Bama thoughts at Daxington on the Twitter machine, and myself at Joe Gaither 6. We want to thank Purple Turtle Roofing for sponsoring the program. Call them at 877-787-6635 for all your roofing needs. Make sure that your roof is ready for Santa to land on and bring you some pet presents. And after Santa leaves on the 25th, you got to call him to make sure that the reindeer didn't do too much damage. 877-787-6635 for Purple Total Roofing. We'll catch up with Brax Garrison next week to get his reaction to the Iron Bowl and really set up the winter season right here on the Joe Gaither Show. We appreciate everybody all week long. I am thankful, so thankful for y'all. Eat your leftovers. Enjoy the Black Friday football. And Henry Sklar, bleep off, man. We'll talk to you next week right here on the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com.
Thanks for joining us on today's edition of the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central. Keep up with Joe on all his social media pages at Joe Gaither 6. Subscribe, rate, and review the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and be sure to read us daily at BamaCentral.com.